I met this woman who's coming to your house who you're going to marry. And then I went to London. She was living in London, and I went to London too.
There was a real renegade spirit at that time.
Brad Pitt just dropped a bombshell about George Clooney's shocking divorce, and it's not what anyone expected. Whispers of tension, hidden conflicts, and an unexpected twist have Hollywood buzzing. What did Pitt reveal about Clooney's split? Stay tuned, because this revelation changes everything we thought we knew. George Clooney and Amal Alamuddin's love story was the definition of elegance. A Hollywood legend and a brilliant human rights lawyer living a glamorous life between Los Angeles, London, and Lake Como. Their marriage was praised as a rare example of fame and intellect blending seamlessly. Fans saw them as the perfect match, always appearing effortlessly in sync at red carpet events, charity galas, and high-profile legal conferences. But perfection, especially in Hollywood, is often just an illusion. The public only sees carefully curated moments, smiling photos, affectionate interviews, and well-rehearsed statements. Behind the cameras, real-life struggles don't vanish just because someone is famous. And for George and Amal, those struggles quietly began to build. At first, no one noticed. They were still making appearances, attending star-studded events, and supporting each other's careers. But small cracks started to show, subtle shifts in body language, fewer joint public outings, and increasing time apart. When rumors of trouble surfaced, many brushed them off as baseless gossip. But Brad Pitt, someone who had known Clooney for decades, saw what others missed.
When he and Angie would get married, he said, when George can legally marry.
And what he revealed about their split is nothing short of shocking. For Clooney, marriage and fatherhood were new territories. In 2017, he and Amal welcomed twins, Ella and Alexander. It was a joyful moment, but it also came with challenges neither had fully anticipated. George, long known for his bachelor lifestyle, found himself adjusting to fatherhood at 56. He often joked about being an old dad, but behind the humor was a real struggle to balance his career, family life, and his love for travel and socializing. Amal, deeply committed to her legal career, continued working on high-profile international cases, often traveling for extended periods. Their schedules, once manageable, started pulling them in different directions. They owned multiple luxurious homes across the world: Lake Como, London, Los Angeles, and New York. But instead of bringing them closer, these locations became symbols of their growing distance. At first, they managed. Private jets allowed them to see each other despite hectic schedules. But eventually, the strain of juggling it all began to show. Publicly, they maintained their image of the perfect power couple.
President Biden did something really extraordinary.
Privately, their marriage was becoming harder to hold together. Brad Pitt and George Clooney have been close friends for over 2 decades. Their on-screen chemistry in Ocean's 11 translated into a real-life friendship filled with playful banter, inside jokes, and mutual respect. But when news of Clooney's troubled marriage surfaced, Pitt had an insight no one else did. Having experienced a highly publicized divorce himself, Pitt understood the pressures of Hollywood relationships. He revealed that George and Amal's struggles weren't just about busy schedules. They lived in 2 entirely different worlds. Hollywood thrives on unpredictability, social events, and constant reinvention. Amal's world, however, was built on structure, order, and serious global legal matters. She operated in high-stakes courtrooms, while Clooney worked on film sets filled with ever-changing dynamics. Pitt suggested that their different professional rhythms made it difficult for them to truly connect. But his revelation didn't stop there. He hinted that fame itself had played a major role in their struggles. The need to uphold an image, the illusion of a perfect marriage, may have become more important than the relationship itself. And when a marriage starts feeling like a performance, the cracks only get deeper. Pitt suggested that Hollywood's obsession with perfection became a burden for Clooney and Amal. Every moment of their relationship was scrutinized, every red carpet pose, every interview, and every public appearance. At first, they played along effortlessly. Clooney, a natural showman, enjoyed the charm and spectacle. Amal, though more private, adapted well to the attention. But over time, it became exhausting. The pressure to constantly project a flawless image can be suffocating, even for the strongest couples.
It felt weird, It felt wrong to just invite you and not Porsche.
Pitt revealed that Amal's preference for privacy and control clashed with Clooney's free-spirited nature. He thrived in social settings, while she preferred intellectual circles and structured discussions. Their personalities, which once complemented each other, began pulling them apart. Even fans noticed the shift. The playful, effortless chemistry they once had seemed more rehearsed in later years. Their once frequent date nights and vacations together grew less common. Public interactions became more formal. Was this just a natural evolution of marriage, or was the weight of fame slowly eroding their connection? Then came the unexpected twist: Julia Roberts. Clooney and Roberts have been close friends for years, starring in multiple films together. Their friendship, full of lighthearted jokes and undeniable on-screen chemistry, often sparked speculation. But could this longtime bond have contributed to tensions in Clooney's marriage? Tabloids began to wonder, was Amal uncomfortable with how close George and Julia were? Was their friendship purely platonic, or did it blur the lines? Pitt, who knows Clooney and Roberts well, didn't confirm or deny anything outright, but he hinted that in Hollywood, close friendships can sometimes create complications in marriages. While Clooney and Roberts never addressed the rumors, their dynamic continued to fuel speculation. Hollywood friendships are often misinterpreted, but Pitt's insight suggested that even the strongest marriages can feel strain when outside relationships, no matter how innocent, become subjects of public scrutiny. Could this have been another crack in Clooney's already struggling marriage? Despite their challenges, Clooney and Amal tried to keep their marriage together. Their love for their children was a priority, and they both wanted to create a stable home. They adjusted schedules, spent time in different homes, and did everything they could to maintain a balance. But sometimes, no matter how hard two people try, life has a way of pulling them in opposite directions. The increasing time apart, the professional pressures, and the weight of public expectations became overwhelming. Small compromises became harder to make. The bond that once felt effortless started to require too much effort. Pitt suggested that while both deeply respected each other, they may have realized that their lives were heading in different directions, and rather than force something that no longer worked, they chose to part ways on their own terms. Unlike many celebrity divorces filed with public drama, Clooney remained graceful. In rare interviews, he described his time with Amal as incredible and focused on their commitment to co-parenting. Even as speculation about their split grew, he avoided responding to rumors. Pitt pointed out that this was classic Clooney, handling tough situations with dignity rather than fueling media gossip, but his silence left many questions unanswered. Was there another reason behind the divorce? Did he truly believe that fame and lifestyle differences were the only factors? Or was there something deeper that he chose to keep private? Regardless, Clooney's handling of the situation was a stark contrast to the explosive Hollywood breakups that often dominate headlines. But even as he remained composed, one truth became clear. Sometimes, even the most seemingly perfect relationships just aren't meant to last. George Clooney and Amal Alamuddin's marriage seemed like the ultimate Hollywood success story, a fusion of celebrity glamour and intellectual brilliance. They weren't just a couple, they were a symbol. People admired them, not just for their accomplishments, but for the balance they appeared to have between two vastly different worlds. But Brad Pitt's revelations remind us that even the most seemingly perfect relationships face real struggles. The glossy magazine covers and red carpet moments only tell part of the story. Behind the luxury, the headlines, and the breathtaking photos, Clooney and Amal dealt with challenges that many couples, famous or not, can relate to. For one, balancing two high-powered careers is no easy feat. While they had the wealth and resources to travel the world and be together, that didn't change the fact that their jobs often pulled them in different directions. Amal's work in international law wasn't just a profession, it was her passion, something she had dedicated her life to. Meanwhile, Clooney's Hollywood career required him to be on set, constantly networking, and engaging with the entertainment industry's social scene. At first, they found ways to make it work. They split their time across multiple homes, used private jets to stay connected, and adjusted their schedules as much as possible. But even with all these accommodations, something deeper was missing: true stability. And when a relationship lacks stability, no amount of wealth or success can prevent the inevitable strain. Another key lesson from their story is the impact of public pressure. In Hollywood, relationships aren't just personal. They're public property. Every appearance, every smile, every missed event becomes fuel for speculation. For Clooney and Amal, maintaining a flawless image may have added an unspoken pressure to always appear perfect, even when things weren't going well behind the scenes. Ultimately, their story is a reminder that love isn't always enough. Sometimes, despite the best efforts and deepest respect, two people simply grow apart. And in the world of Hollywood, that reality is even harder to escape.